Welcome to Up on the Bars discussion with your host, Roy Bain.
Well, we are here for a Monday night edition of Up on the Bars. We wanted to bring in Rick Workman of Workman's Communication. He hadn't been on the show in a while. And number one, I'm going to talk a little bit about, tell you all the background on Rick. Rick has worked his butt off to get this show up and going. Provides us all of our internet on the road, everything that we're doing on the road, everything with the live streaming. And I had to laugh tonight as Rick was getting ready to sign in here into StreamYard because we had to go back and remember how to do all this stuff, and he's the one that brought this tech to me. So I have to laugh at you because now we got it working, and it's like now you're having to catch back up.
Yeah, that's part of my life, though, Roy. That's gremlins. We call those gremlins, technology gremlins. You've encountered a few of those along your venture that you've been doing. So gremlin, that's the story of my life.
Yep. So, Rick, tell everybody what you do for a living anyway, because I know we say low voltage, but tell everybody a little bit about what you do. That way, at least everybody knows what you actually do.
So we are a low voltage company. We're based out of Sacramento, California. We travel all across California, Reno. We just got back from Washington State. We do everything with low voltage. So I claim to be a one-stop shop for all low voltage. So you call me for your data lines. We do a lot of businesses, not so much homes and residentials anymore. Some big custom homes, but a lot of businesses where we go in and we'll do the alarm, we'll do the access control where you badge in, badge out, the fiber optics. Every desk needs a phone and data line. We build that infrastructure. We do a lot of sound masking, a lot of these conference room systems that we're on right now. Everybody's doing Zoom rooms now. So we really specialize in the partner doesn't have to call multiple vendors. They can call one vendor and we do everything. Who do we do for our data? We call Workman. Who do we do for our alarm? We call Workman. Access control, Workman. We try to just cover everything under that low voltage umbrella to make it a one-stop shop. So we stay busy. We're hustling. I try to treat every job like it was, my house, your company, your business. What would you do? What would I do? So that's really what we try to focus on.
Yeah, and I have to tell y'all, everybody, Rick comes and brings parts to me at the 49er truck stop periodically. He's the only person that creates enough excitement that they video me when I'm leaving the damn parking lot. So I just gotta say, it's pretty bad when you gotta call the boss and say, hey, if you get a bad report on me, don't worry about it. It's a BS. So I just had to laugh. So, I wanted to have you come on here tonight and talk a little bit about, we have coming up this Saturday at Petaluma Speedway, we have the Bob Mccoy Memorial Race. I want to talk a little bit about it because you are doing something unique with that race. But number one, tell us about your history with that race and what you're doing and all that stuff. That way everybody knows what your plan is for this weekend.
So as most people know, or some people know, my dad and I have been racing since I was 10 years old. So we're going on 30 years right now, 1990. And the reason we are racing is because of Sean Mccoy, to be honest with you. He gave my dad his first car. That's how it all kind of got started. I spent a lot of nights at Mccoy's when I was little building race cars. I remember that very well. So this race was always important. My dad always loved going to this race. He loves Petaluma. We really liked going there. It was circled on the calendar every October. We were at that race. They have now moved it, so it goes in line with our deer hunting season. So it puts a little crimp on things. So unfortunately we're not going to be able to make it. But that would have probably been one of our only races we raced this year was that Bob McCoy race. It used to be the open show for Petaluma, and then it got switched over to the Bob McCoy race. But that was very important to us. Me personally, I love the street stocks. That's what we grew up on. We went to late models for a little bit, but the street stocks was where we're at. That's what we like doing is the street stocks. So it's very important to me to keep that class alive. Chico killed it off. You started it back up. So when you started back up, I really wanted to get involved and make this class grow. I really just want to see 20 cars. Every time we talk, it's like I get disappointed, to be honest with you, when there's 11 cars, 12 cars, 13 cars. Like, man, we're paying big money for these guys to show up. And we're only getting, most times tracks only pay $300, $400 to win a main event. If you're lucky, we're paying thousands. We're paying $1,200, $1,500. Why we're not getting the car count? So we were never a big first place car. We were always an impact car. So it's important to me. Let's pay those guys from 10th on down $250. Let's get them to show up, because that's what we probably would have been, was a 10th place car. We can't keep up with some of these. These guys you got some badass drivers out there right now, Roy. And I don't want those lower guys to be intimidated by some of these bigger guys. We don't have a chance anyways. We'll show up anyways. Get your $250 just for showing up. It's almost like winning a main event. Showing up, that's going to pay for all your fuel, your tires, a lot of your pit guys, everything to show up. And that's 10th on back. We're going to start paying $250. So I wanted to step up and make this race possible, and hopefully we get 20 cars. I really want to see 20 cars at this track.
Yep. Well, and then we've got some people commenting. We'll get to them anyway. But Brett Lawrence, another one of those guys that supported this from the beginning and tries to make all the races. Thanks for your support, Rick. This class is the best. Miss racing you. Racing with your abs, your dad at Chico. So I got to tell y'all, if y'all haven't seen Rick, he's hiding behind his sweatshirt. He's got big old guns. He goes to the gym. You got to work everything around him when he's going to the gym or deer hunting. Doesn't matter. It's always deer hunting or the gym. So
or work. Don't forget, a lot of times you call me at work, and a lot of times I can't talk to you right away, so I have to call you back.
Well, and Rick is one of those guys, and not only is he trying to support the pro stocks at Petaluma this weekend and build this up and do these things, but Rick does so much stuff behind the scenes. For everybody that knows, when I started this little podcast started as kind of a joke. Rick spent about 3 weeks working with me on the backside to even get sound into the computer, because I didn't know anything about what we were doing. Yeah, I mean, sincerely.
This whole thing we're on was because me doing Google searches and figuring out how we can make this happen on Facebook and across all platforms. This StreamYard thing was from us doing digging.
Right, and Rick told me about this, and he sends this to me, and man, we're sitting over there. We got a little test room that nobody knows about that like 4 people could get to it, so we're testing the sound. I'll call Workman and say, hey man, hop on here real quick, tell me how I sound. Right. So, but yeah, he's walked me through all of this stuff, and now you provide all the cables. He was at Southern Oregon Speedway on his way to Washington the other day and put some got the cables installed and working all there to do all the stuff there at Southern Oregon Speedway. You did a lot of support for the Billy Geyer at Wairika. You came up and you ran your drone up there during that time. This guy does a lot of stuff that people don't know about. He's kind of the unsung hero. But it's like racing. And I have to tell you, you got married, 10 years ago, I think it was? This is your first year when you got married.
This is my first year. I got married a year ago in July.
Okay. So, Rick, instead of a normal, let's go to Reno or Vegas and go get drunk, and he loaded up the gang and they went to Bristol and Eldora for his bachelor party. And that's how dedicated he is.
Bristol on dirt.
Yep. So that's it. And I guess you got started racing at Petaluma, it sounds like. Is that kind of where y'all started racing at?
Yeah. From 1990 to 2000, we raced in Petaluma there. And then Dad did a little venture in asphalt. We're not a big fan of asphalt. Raced asphalt late models for a minute, and then got a modified, raced up there in Wairika, and then got the super stock and started racing in Chico when they allowed our tires and some of the modifications we had on our super stock at the time.
Yep. So it is cool when you come to the racetrack. Rick will push you. He's very high energy. I got to tell you that when you get around it, he's very high energy. So, but this was important for us to talk about this race and build it up, because everybody knows that Petaluma is having a little bit of struggle with the fair board and what they're going to be doing, things like that. For instance, my mic sounds all garbled.
It sounds like the gain might be too high.
I just backed it off a little bit.
That's better.
So thank you, Brent. But yeah, this is one that we really want to do, because I know Steve Elliott, Mike Learn have went all in to help build up this race at Petaluma and do these things. we're bringing some extra stuff in there. Rick stepped up. You saw the payout with 1 through 19 cars. If we get 20 cars, Rick's paying the back end of it all the way up. We can start 24 cars in the main event. And your price tag to up that up to where everybody gets $250 is Mark Chernovsky says you're up against 2 football games on a Monday. I know, but I don't play football, so there you go. Don't care about football.
No one cares about football. What's football?
Yeah, what's football? I don't know what's that, but
Spanish, I think. I think there's football.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with this race, and I want to see all of our guys get out there and support it. Rick really wants to see all the cars. I know I talked with Jerry Stewart. He's talking about coming. Brent's coming. Lyle Hopper's car, the motor's out on it right now, so he's not going to be able to race this weekend there. I think Mike's racing.
Borrow a motor.
What's that?
Somebody let him borrow a motor.
He doesn't want to do that because he don't want to have to build it if it breaks.
Right.
Mark says, I'm watching the House of the Dragon. I don't even know what that one is, so you got me there too. So, but no, it's just it's cool to let people know who you are. Y'all may have seen Workman at the track and not even known it. That's kind of what this show's about. Let everybody see their faces and see the people behind it. And I know you don't get out there much up in the forefront. That's why I wanted to have you on here, because you're one of the guys that supports this class immensely. And we keep getting David Michael Owens is commenting on here, wanting to know when we're going to be at Stockton 99. I don't have an answer for that just yet there. We're trying to take care of our tri-stat stuffs too. And on the bar too, I offered Lyle hours out of our other car. So there's a lot of people. I offered Lyle my motor if he come up here and got it. And that's
exactly, Roy, why we love this class. I mean, everybody's super helpful. You know, everybody wants to see each other do good. And like I said, I just really want to see 20 cars out there and kill it. You know, I know the track can be rough sometimes. Hopefully we'll have a good track and not tear up a bunch of equipment and just have a good race, man. I would love to see a B main one of these days.
Yeah, and we really want to support Rick out there at the racetrack too, Rick Faith. Rick is one of the promoters that's kind of gotten behind the tri-state and all that stuff. Jay Bryant got his motor back. It's in his car. He's in Hawaii right now. So he's supposed to be back and make it. He worked extra hours to get his motor in, so when they get back to Hawaii, he can come up and race Petaluma. Jay Bryant of Jay's Mobile Welding, you can see it up there on the wall. And then Mark Chernovsky, MTFX Graphics, he did my banner back here, which if y'all haven't seen it, there you go. Got us a nice little banner put together for everybody on there. Lyle at Winning Attitude. See Workman down in the bottom corner and VIP Medical Concierge. That's the group that's going to help build everything that we're doing with the tri-state, sponsorship-wise, things like that. We've had some others. Travis Peterson out of Reno does a lot. Jesse over there. There's been so many people that helped. And this is the last race before we hit the big one of the year, the Bud Nationals. So we gotta talk about that one coming up too. That's where we're going to end our season this year at the Bud Nationals. So,
and what are the dates on that, Roy?
Yeah, I want to say it's either October 7th and 8th or October 8th and 9th. I'm not sure of the exact dates off the top of my head. I don't have my calendar open. Hold on. It's the 7th and the 8th. I'm almost positive. It's a Friday and a Saturday. And you know, getting to do these things like doing the Bob McCoy race and then getting to go to the Bud Nationals was where our idea of the tri-state came from. It's like being able to bring our car from Oregon that come down and go race with those guys over there. And you know how it was. You went through it. You could only race at Chico or you could only race over here. And I like going to all these different tracks. I don't know about you. I think it's a lot of fun.
Right. No, it is super fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would love to race Wairika. I wish Wairika would open up their track a little bit more and allow us some of the Chico cars. You got Chico cars that can't even race anywhere right now. And Wairika's the closest track for us. But we need to have those guys open it up a little bit to allow us Chico cars to come up there and race. They got good cars.
They've made the rule, and I know everybody doesn't like it. They just want you to run on the same tires that they run on, and that's $25.
8 inches.
What's that?
I want them to put their motors forward 8 inches.
Well, no, that's too much work for me. So,
you know,
I know what you're saying. So, but Mike Lawrence says, "Thank you, Rick, for your support of the Tri-State Series." So yeah, that it's everybody needs to thank Rick because he does a lot. But yeah, uh, but I think after we just raced at Medford, I think everybody's seen cars are pretty fast up at Oregon. Jeffrey was a half a straightaway ahead at the end of the night. So
they don't need to be afraid of no tire. They don't need to be afraid of no tires. I think Marino goes up there and runs third. I don't even, and keeps up with those guys. And those guys all run right around Marino on his tires and everything. So,
yeah.
So we just need to make that rule and somehow get more cars out there. I would think they want more cars too up there.
Well, and we tried, and I know that there's one of the cars that Clay Daly drove, Ray Merriquin, they have a car that's up there in Reading that's supposed to be legal to run with those cars up there too, that I'm hoping we're going to see out there next year up here with our group. And biggest thing is we want our class to grow, and by having these races where we have good payouts like what you're helping to do, things like that's what's going to help grow the class. Because we're going out there in $8,000 to $12,000 cars and racing for more money than a $40,000 and $50,000 modified are. So that's what I think's awesome.
Right, I agree. And we're gonna have some drone video of the Bud Nationals, hopefully, right? We'll get down there and shoot some video.
You are more than welcome to come fly your drone at any of our races, sir. I want you to show me how to do it.
Right. Now we'll try to make it down there this year.
Yeah. I've talked with Brian Littleton from Race Logic Chassis School. He's doing a little bit of sponsorship for that race, and I'm hoping he's going to attend with us too. And he's talking about flying out from Arkansas for that too. So that's going to be cool.
Nice.
Brett Lawrence, I agree, Rick. Those cars are fast as hell. Does not matter what tire. I'm 3,200 pounds versus 2,700.
Yep, exactly. And the motor set back 8 inches compared to ours, so they got a lot of advantages. And they got those tires. They got that science. They've been racing on those slicks for God knows how many years. How many years have you been racing on those slicks, Roy?
A while.
Yeah,
7 years.
That's good. You guys are doing good on those tires. So we just need to get everybody on board. And like I said, I think once they've seen that, we got more cars that aren't really all that faster than what they have out there already. We can all get together and collaborate and have some good racing up there.
Yeah, but I wanted to have you on here to talk about what you're doing for the race this weekend. We're going to be back on here again tomorrow night with Steve Elliott, which Bob Mccoy was his granddad, so he's going to talk about what that race means to him tomorrow night and help build this up and things like that. So it's really exciting when, like I said, we're really trying to make sure we end the season on a high note with Rick over there at Petaluma and with what you're doing. So thank you a ton for coming on board and helping support this. And if you need any low voltage work done, call Rick at Workman Communication.
Yep. Google us, whatever you got to do to find us. We're, like I said, we're highest rated on Yelp and Google and all those things. So don't be afraid to reach out. If any racers need it, just make sure you tell my team that you're a racer and you know me from somewhere somehow, and you'll get VIP treatment. You get pushed to the head of the line.
Yep. Rick, he dropped off some cables to us today over at the 49er truck stop. So
I just want to declare there's no issues at the 49 truck stop today. We went in peacefully. We left peacefully. No video recording was done. You can fill up there tomorrow. So pick up your parts.
Yeah. Well, the last time you came and met me, and then Tarnofsky was there, and he brought over parts. So yeah, that's kind of become like the central location. So
right, the UPS hub, the Amazon hub for Roy.
Yeah, the Speed Union Tri-State Pro Stock hub there. So yeah, but no, but anyway, but yeah, I want to say let everybody see this again. Thanks, Mark, for doing the banner. It looks pretty good hanging up on the wall there. So thank you, sir. And everybody have a good night. Hang tight, Rick. Let me end this here.
All right, thanks, Roy, for all you do, man.
Yeah. Oh, my computer going slow.
Need better internet.
Well, you know what? I got Charter. I got the best I can get as far as here other than yours. So
I'll be watching the race this weekend when we're hunting. I'll be taking the projector. I'll be 7,500 feet up in the elevation, but I'll have my Starlink roller. I'll have the projector on, and we'll be watching that race after being in the mountains all day.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think we're still live, it says.
Yep. Well, hopefully everybody will show up. Yeah, same here. It shows that it will. So hopefully we'll get to see racing.
So hang on just a second. All right. I got it to go live. I just can't get it to stop.